Hello, welcome to Buff Radio. I'm Braden Bell alongside Killian McClatchy and Aaron Peterson as the Buffaloes drop their second straight game, and this is a rivalry one. This one stings a little bit. 42-21, the final score against Stansbury. Killian, Stansbury really just dominated from the opening kickoff. You got to just hand it to him. What'd you think?
I mean, I think the one thing, the defense was not good at all. I mean, we did not wrap up at all. I mean, making shoelace tackles. I mean, in all honesty, the first half defense, they probably couldn't tackle the ground. It was right underneath them. But I mean, you know, the second half they did come in a little stronger, but there's just nothing you can do. They outplayed us. Well, there's nothing else you can say.
The thing about the defense, I mean, yes, they were missing tackles, but the speed of Stansbury, you can't teach speed, you can't stop speed. And Hudson Conrad and Zane Anderson, and then Landon Stice.
Yeah, Landon Stice came out of nowhere.
He had a huge game, but yeah, the missed tackles you got to clean up. Aaron, what did you think of this performance?
Well, you pretty much said it all. I mean, you couldn't stop a nosebleed. But there was some good moments in the second half where the defense looked like they somewhat knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
But and the offense picked it up a little bit.
I mean, you know, you got to give it to Jake though. He was tough. I mean, he got hit with a cheap shot early in the game. He was rattled.
Yeah.
You know, you could see he was hurt. I mean, I saw him walking off. He had ice on his arm. But I mean, he came out. He's tough. He was running the ball, making good passes. You know, it's bright.
We'll go over a couple stats. It was 42-21 the final again, but Jake Brady 5 of 10 for 80 yards. The passing stats actually weren't that bad.
Yeah.
But he missed a couple guys deep. But I mean, it happens, especially in the wing tee. We don't throw the ball. He had 8 carries, 46 yards, and 2 touchdowns, both of which were quarterback sneaks. Ryan, he had a good game. 20 carries for 135 yards. And Pete Smith, he was a bright spot, I'd say, for the Buffs. 7 carries, 19 yards. He's been out basically since the Grantsville game, and Pete had a nice game. Total yards, 342, and 262 rushing yards for the Buffs. So, I mean, that's all great and fine, but at the end of the day, it's a loss. 5-2 now in the year, and now you got Desert Hills, the best team in the state. So it's a tough stretch. It's a tough stretch for sure, but you got to keep playing and keep a positive attitude. And at the end of the day, it's the region games that matter.
That's true. I mean, next week it's really kind of like a postseason tune-up. I mean, just to see where you are along the lines. I mean, Desert Hills are ranked 14th in the state, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's with, you know, the Brightons and the Binghams. I mean, the big teams. Yeah, those big 5A schools, they're up there with them. So, I mean, it's just going to be a tune-up, see where we are. I guess whatever happens.
The biggest thing is you got to keep your confidence up. You got to remember you're 5-2. You still have one of the best seasons in school history, really. I mean, you're still having a great year.
Great chance to win 7 games.
Yeah, you should win 7 at the end of the day. But it's a tough loss. 42-21 to Stansbury. It's never fun to lose to them, and especially on your home field. But that's all we have for you tonight. So, Killian McClatchy, Aaron Peterson, Braden Bell. And we'd like to thank our sponsors while we have a second. What's your favorite one again, Aaron?
Nighttime donuts.
Yes.
I can tell you right now, I can use some nighttime. I'm hungry.
I need nighttime. I need some sweets to cure this pain.
I need to open up late.
Then Quality Rhino Linings, and we also got Tooele Valley Urgent Care. So those are our sponsors. And that's all we have for you tonight. Buffs drop to 5-2 on the year and lose to Stansbury 42-21. Good night.